Today is Monday, January 6th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Congress is set to certify President-elect Donald Trump's electoral victory today. The new Congress will count electoral votes from the 2024 presidential election during its joint session, a largely ceremonial process required by the U.S. Constitution. Monday's congressional certification is the final formality leading to the presidential inauguration. As the 47th president, Trump will officially become the second president to serve two non-consecutive terms following Grover Cleveland in the late 1800s. Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance will officially assume office on January 20th. They will both take the oath of office during an inauguration ceremony at the U.S. Capitol. Meanwhile, outgoing presidents and vice presidents traditionally attend their successors' inauguration, meaning President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris will be present to mark the official transfer of power. Canadian media reported late Sunday night that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to resign this week as Liberal Party leader. The Globe and Mail reported Sunday, citing multiple sources in reporting that Trudeau could step down as soon as tomorrow and that it is expected to happen before a key National Caucus meeting takes place on Wednesday. Trudeau took over as leader of the far-left party in 2013 and has served as the Prime Minister of Canada since 2015. Trudeau has been damaged by President-elect Donald Trump's victory last year and threats from the incoming president to hit Canada with tariffs for not helping to secure America's northern border. During a meeting with Trudeau last month, Trump reportedly told the Canadian leader that if his country couldn't afford to pay a potential tariff, it should consider becoming the 51st state. And then this, prominent right-wing podcaster Steve Bannon took aim at billionaire Elon Musk, saying the world's wealthiest man has a master's in Beijing during a Saturday episode of his War Room podcast. Bannon, who served as the CEO of Donald Trump's 2016 campaign, as well as a White House advisor in his former administration, and Musk, who donated over $250 million to help get the president-elect across the finish line in 2024, are two of the Republican leader's top allies. However, Bannon has long been critical of Musk and routinely criticized his business ties to China. The podcaster has previously called Musk a stone-cold liar and said his paymasters are from the Chinese Communist Party. In a recent interview with Semaphore, Bannon said that he and Musk disagree on just about everything. How the disagreements between the two prominent Trump allies plays out moving forward remains to be seen. Bannon appears to be more in line with much of the president-elect's base, but Musk's significant financial resources will likely weigh heavily on Trump and Republicans moving forward. In other news, in a series of tweets on January 1st and 2nd, the Archbishop of San Antonio called for civil discourse and charity, describing the terrorist attack in New Orleans as the result of words and actions of leaders in our recent history, characterized President-elect Donald Trump as a tyrant, and linked the president-elect's words in recent years to violent tragedies. Catholics for Catholics responded on X to Gustavo Garcia Siller's accusations against President-elect Donald Trump late last week, in part saying this: "We beg you to quickly recant what you said, linking Donald Trump's words to the tragedy in New Orleans. Your words have caused great scandal to many. President-elect Donald Trump is in no way responsible for this terrorist attack. Donald Trump is committed from day one to help all Americans, even those who have wronged him. He has chosen an unprecedented number of qualified Catholics to serve him in his new administration, including J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Tom Homan, and a dozen others." And then today we celebrate the solemnity of the Epiphany, also known as Three Kings Day. It is a Christian holiday that celebrates the birth of Christ and the visit of the Magi to the infant Jesus. The Epiphany is celebrated on January 6th, but in the United States, it's often celebrated on the closest Sunday. The Epiphany celebrates the incarnation of Christ, the baptism of Jesus, and the adoration of Jesus by the Magi. The Magi, or Three Kings, were the first people to visit Jesus after he was born, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The word Epiphany comes from the Greek word epiphania, which means appearance or manifestation. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.